I finally have it done. Okay, so time for the final home stretch to finally defeat the Elite Four. First I had to do some quick training to make sure everybody was up to speed so that they could actually fight the Elite Four. I decided to just consistently level everybody up, especially Hydra. Hydra needed some serious training over all my other Pokemon. So then it was time for the Elite Four. I can consistently get through the first few, but Hydra really came out and was able to take out a Pokemon, which is more than he could do before, to be fair. And Dracaith was actually pretty good at using Dream Eater and doing some serious damage, actually, but Rapidash just kept using Sleep. And Kyogre had to come out and finish it up really quick, and then on to Fight 2. Fight 2 I had to send in Moo pretty early, and Moo was actually getting pretty strong at this point, and I was kind of concerned. Losing any one of my Pokemon at this point would give me a disadvantage because I really want to just save Blaziken's PP as much as possible, because if I can't, then he won't be able to carry. That's 2 fights gone, barely using any Blaziken at all, just for 1. Now all we've got left is him to take out the rest. And he actually gets through the 3rd trainer with no problems whatsoever. Is even able to do a lot to the 4th. But unfortunately I whited out, so I had to go back and try again. Now, Hydra was just getting stronger and stronger at this point. But Substitute was just a really annoying move to fight, because there wasn't much I could do about it. But even just taking out 1 Pokemon is useful, because that just keeps Blaziken from using any PP that he needs to carry. Kyogre could consistently actually do a lot of damage with Surf, because Surf is a pretty broken move, I would say. I was actually able to do a lot with it. Now this run wasn't going as good as the last one, because I only got through the 1st trainer without losing all my Pokemon. Last time I basically made it through the entirety of the 2nd trainer without losing it. Now all I had to do was let Magnabug carry. And if he couldn't do that, then it was going to be a reset. And he was actually able to make it through the 4th trainer. But he was unfortunately poisoned, so he didn't have high hopes of winning the final battle. I was actually doing really good in this attempt, but I accidentally cancelled Hydra's evolution. I had to fix that. And good thing I saved right before the fight. Now with Hydra evolved, we would hopefully be able to do something, but the first 2 fights didn't go very well, and it was just left up to Magnabug to carry. And he definitely can, but a lot of the time it doesn't end out that well. So, I made it on to the final battle. Blaziken was poisoned, but it definitely looked possible. He made it through the Delcatty without any issues, then through the Mightyena. The Politoed is what gave me problems. That guy is very annoying to deal with. But now with Hydra evolved into a Kingdra, this was looking a lot more possible. He was actually able to take out the first 2 Pokemon, which was really useful. And even though Dracaith got paralyzed, he was actually able to take out the Zangoose. Or take it out low enough. Now Kyogre could just finish him off with Surf. Now into the 2nd battle. Kyogre almost died, but he used Surf, but then immediately got taken out by the Salamence. Moo is really strong right now, and is able to do basically one-shot damage to almost everybody. But man, Substitute is such an annoying move, and almost all of them have it. After making it past the 2nd Pokemon, the run was actually looking better than the other runs. I had both ESP and Magnabug alive, so it definitely was looking possible. ESP was able to take out the first Muck on the way, and then even take out the Jumpluff. Took out the Love Disc, and with just that, he had taken out 3 of the Pokemon. So now all I had left was the final 2 battles with a full health Blaziken, without any debuffs, and full PP. So, this was definitely going to be a good battle. Took out the first trainer without any issues. I was poisoned and got pretty low, but a hyper potion later and I'm ready. So, time for the final fight. Took out Delcatty without any issues, followed by Mightyena. Now that I realized that Politoed was an issue, I decided to actually fight it with stronger moves. Lunatone can be an issue if I'm poisoned, which is something I was going to have to work around. I just had to keep spamming hyper potions here, I was going to die. And I did. After seeing how close I actually was, like at that point I'd never made it to the Aerodactyl. So, I knew it was possible. I was close. All I had to do was get some good RNG and make sure that I can actually do something. After dodging the Mega Punch from the Zangoose, all of my Pokemon survived the first... I wouldn't say all. Drakai still died, but I don't think he's ever made it past the first 2 trainers anyway. But going into the second battle, I still have 5 Pokemon, which is better than I could say for any other attempt. Kyogre did die, but Moo was able to clean up the Zangoose. Then almost one-shot the Salamence, and almost dies in the process. ESP was able to take out the Blossom, and then also take out the Aggron. But unfortunately it got taken out by the Starmie. Going into Battle 3, I have a Moo, a Hydra, and Blaziken. Hydra to start off with almost takes out the Muck, but Moo comes in to clean it up. He's able to take out the Jump Bluff, and then continues to just spam Fly. It did end up dying to the Sudowoodo though. But getting to the third Pokemon with basically full PP on Magma Bug is good enough. Like, he can carry past that. I did have some issues with the Lantern though. Lantern is a very annoying Pokemon to fight. But all I have is 2 battles left. Not the most PP on Magma Bug, but enough. I then get poisoned, which, as we've seen before, is not a good thing, because it usually leads to my death. This time it was the final fight. Took out the Delcatty easy, leveled up to 79, one-shot the Mightyena. This time I learned and actually used Sky Uppercut on the Politoed instead of using Quick Attack. I used a full restore to get rid of the poison, because I learned how much of an issue the poison was. And after I made it to the Exploud, I knew it was as good as done. So I quickly finished it off with quick attacks, and then ended the run. Now, this run was very difficult and time consuming. It took a lot of grinding, but I think the most time consuming part was just grinding the Elite Four. It took so long because, for one, my Pokemon were pretty underleveled, which sucked. But also, they had so many substitutes that just dodged entire moves. My Pokemon did a lot of damage, but that didn't really matter because they could ignore all of it. I didn't end up actually catching that many Pokemon. Would I do it again? Probably not. Maybe of a different game. I think the main thing about it that's entertaining is just seeing the wacky, crazy Pokemon that you find. I think that at a certain point it just becomes a grind fest, which a lot of Pokemon games do at a certain point, but I'm happy to have completed this challenge. I caught 7 Pokemon throughout the entire run. Maybe that was the issue. I didn't appreciate how many Pokemon there were and how crazy the Pokemon were. I only cared about having the best Pokemon. But that'll wrap up today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the series, and let me know what you thought. Definitely took a lot of effort and grinding to finish it out, but it certainly did pay off. I finally have it done.